I'd like to re-enter the regular meeting for December 28th, 2023. Could I have a motion to approve the 2024 to 2027 Borough of Columbia Police Officer Association Agreement?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilperson Price, second by Councilperson Kaufman, to approve the 2024 to 2027 Borough of Columbia Police Officers Association Agreement. Questions, comments, concerns? No? All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Next, could I have a motion to adopt Resolution 2023-37, adopting the fiscal year 2024 annual budget?
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Councilperson Kaufman, second by Councilperson Price, to adopt Resolution 2023-37, adopting the fiscal year 2024 annual budget. Questions, comments, concerns? Nothing's changed since we were at it. So, yes, I would just like to commend the work of Tammy and Mark and all of the managers for working so diligently to get this budget together and keep it as lean as we possibly could and keep it with no tax increase. So, that being said, I have a motion by Councilperson Kaufman, second by Councilperson Price, to adopt Resolution 2023-37, adopting the fiscal year 2024 annual budget. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Next, could I have a motion to authorize staff to contract with Boyer and Ritter for auditing services for the borough for a 5-year term?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilperson Kaufman, second by Councilperson Price, to authorize staff to contract with Borough and Bidder for auditing. We had looked at all three of these proposals at the last meeting. Nothing's changed since then. I was not aware that there were any other questions asked. Is everyone, any comments or concerns on this?
I just have a quick question. What would happen if we did not select an auditing firm? Who would do it? Would the state do it?
No.
We have to find somebody.
So, okay, so it's imperative.
Yes.
Yes.
Mandatory.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Now, if, in talking with other municipalities, and there are some here in Lake County that are still struggling to get the auditing firm locked in, you just have to ask for an extension and keep going until you get one on board. It just starts adding to the pressure of getting things done. You get to a certain point, you are then banned from going after any state grants, and you might start losing some state funding until such time as you have that in place.
Thank you.
Yes, Frank?
Heather, was there a dollar figure locked into that?
Yes.
What I mean locked in, is that for the 5 years?
Yes, it is.
It's on page 63 of the PDF.
It's in your packet, Frank. It's
Yeah, I didn't get to pick my packet up, I apologize.
Oh, okay, sorry. So it's 22,500 in 2024. And then it goes up by about $500 each year.
Yeah.
After that, for a 5-year contract.
Mhm.
Okay, and how does that compare with our latest auditors that we have?
So it's more.
Yeah,
but
it's
not-
about $6,000 more, which we expected it to be more than Sager Swisher. But we were actually pleasantly surprised because we were told to expect prices around $40,000, which some of the quotes we got were up around there.
Okay,
So we were pleasantly surprised with this one.
okay, thank you.
And I would say Tammy did an incredible job going through, talking to all the firms, answering their questions, working with them, asking questions to them. And when she was all done, she felt very good recommending this firm to her.
Yeah, I mean, I told her, I said, make sure you reach out and talk to every one of them. I want to know that you feel good working with them. And she was actually, when we weren't getting any responses, she was reaching out to people and saying, hey, we need an auditor, can you send us an can you send us the RFP? And so she did a great job getting this.
And this
getting us to
firm
this
was one of the
point.
ones recommended by Sager Swisher as they were wrapping up.
Yes. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? No. All right, I have a motion by Councilperson Kaufman, second by Councilperson Price, to authorize staff to contract with Boyer and Ritter for auditing services for the borough for a 5-year term. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed?
Thank you.
Next, could I have a motion to adopt resolution 2023-38, appointing John Meshi to the Civil Service Commission? A motion by Councilperson Fisher, second by Councilperson Brigard. So, adopt resolution 2023-38, appointing John Meshi to the Civil Service Commission. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Next, could I have a motion to adopt resolution 2023-39, appointing Jim Onspach to the Civil Service Commission? I have a motion by Councilperson Fisher, second by Councilperson Brigard, to adopt resolution 2023-39, appointing Jim Onspach to the Civil Service Commission. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? All right. Could I have a motion to adopt resolution 2023-40, appointing Mary Wickenheiser to the Planning Commission?
Second.
I have a motion by Councilperson Fisher, second by Councilperson Price, to adopt resolution 2023-40, appointing Mary Wickenheiser to the Planning Commission. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Next, I have a motion to adopt resolution 2023-41, appointing Nathan Roach to the Planning Commission.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilperson Lintner, second by Councilperson Price, to adopt resolution 2023-41, appointing Nathan Roach to the Planning Commission. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Next, could I have a motion to adopt resolution 2023-42, appointing David Brumball to the Zoning Hearing Board?
Second.
I have a motion by Councilperson Brigard, second by Councilperson Fisher, to adopt resolution 2023-42, appointing David Brumball to the Zoning Hearing Board. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No.
No.
Could I have a motion to adopt resolution 2023-43, appointing Steve White to the Zoning Hearing Board?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilperson Lintner, second by Councilperson Brigard, to adopt resolution 2023-43, appointing Steve White to the Zoning Hearing Board. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Next, could I have a motion to adopt resolution 2023-44, appointing Terry Ann Doutrick to the Zoning Hearing Board?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion by Councilperson Lintner, second by Councilperson Price, to adopt resolution 2023-44, appointing Terry Ann Doutrick to the Zoning Hearing Board. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? And next, could I have a motion to authorize the bill payments?
Second.
I have a motion by Councilperson Price, second by Councilperson Kaufman, to authorize the bill payments. Are there any questions on these? I didn't think there was, nothing stood out to me. I have a motion by Councilperson Price, second by Councilperson Kaufman, to authorize the bill payments. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Next, new business, we've been asked to authorize staff to contract with Du Bois and Associates to complete the PNDI assessment for the McGinnis property as a requirement of the NPDES permitting. Can you tell us what those letters are?
PNDI is an environmental study. It stands for Pennsylvania Natural Diversity Inventory. is known as, affectionately in the planning world, as the Bob Turtle Law. Because we purchased additional land to add to the McGinnis property, we have to expand the original study that was done back in 2022. So this is just them coming in and grabbing those pieces along South 9th Street with those extra properties that we purchased.
It's the empty lot there. You mean?
The empty lot, and we're
Before you go up.
swapping a bit of land around Tom Steiner's property.
Okay.
So technically, there's just a little bit more of that that has to be included as well. So everything that's within that piece that will become the industrial park has to be included within the survey.
All right. For any other questions, comments, are we okay to, do we want to take action on this tonight? I'm okay with get this moving. All right. Do I have a motion to authorize staff to contract with Du Bois and Associates? I have a motion by Councilperson Price, second by Councilperson Kaufman, to authorize staff to contract with Du Bois and Associates to complete the PNDI assessment for the McGinnis property as a requirement of the NPDES permitting process.
So NPDES, just so you guys could live in alphabet soup, is the National Pollution Discharge and Elimination Systems. We in government love creating really odd, strange things. So basically that's your soil runoff, contaminant runoff on sites. Part of the Clean Water Act.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? All right. Get that moving. And then we have the proposal to consider authorizing the borough manager to enter into the contract with YSM to provide the design and contract administration services for the Maple Park Development Project. This is what we've been waiting for to get this project moving forward. Derek has told us that, you know, he put out the RFP. This is the only one that responded. They have the basic design. This is actually just putting it all together and making the final design plan and so forth. DCNR is chomping at the bit to have us get started on this. Are there any questions, comments, concerns?
Do we know why no one else had an interest in it? Because there were several listed there that.
So, one, I don't want to say this wrong, but when you're looking to bid on a project and you realize that one of the companies who may be bidding is one of the ones who helped do the initial design work, you might be competing with the original, which is always a risk when you do that. Two, YSM is known in the state as being one of the best in this field of design work. So I can't tell you that for sure, but that's just a gut. Other firms told me they would love to bid on it. They just don't have any bandwidth right now. And one of the other guys who I thought would be fantastic, Dave Christian, he's actually retired. So some of the other ones that I thought for sure we would actually get a bid from, they have other reasons as to why what's going on right now. So we talked to the state. We said, is there any concerns with having only one bid? And they said absolutely not. Because we can show clearly that we did send it out. It was publicly advertised bid, and we did send it directly to 9 additional firms to make sure that it was widespread, so they're comfortable with moving forward. The state doesn't wish it.
And just to be clear, this doesn't necessarily mean we're bound by the exact design that was in that master plan. So we could conceivably make tweaks and so forth.
And expected to make tweaks until we talk about it.
Yeah, because one of the things I thought about, and I'm just going to throw it out there because I'm really excited about this thought, was the master plan calls for that half basketball court. But, you know, we've been talking about trying to find ways to diversify things and get other people into that park using it. So I was thinking that, and we checked on the dimensions, we could actually replace that half court with 2 pickleball courts with just a little bit extra. And I think that's the perfect place for it because the towers are both in close proximity and the older generation typically likes to play that as well. So I was thinking that could be a good way to get something else back there besides just basketball
That's a really good idea.
and get other people using the park as well. Oh, good. So someone else likes my pickleball idea.
Not that I play.
But there's
Well, no, me
I
neither.
understand your logic.
It's a
and I-
growing sport.
It is, and there's no
Especially
place else in the
in
borough.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think, when we had this master plan done, there were things that are happening now that were not a thing back then, like pickleball, like gaga ball. I mean, like, the kids love that in school. I mean, there's a gaga pit out at Gladfelder's now. But, I mean, that was not a thing when this was done. I know, right?
Injury after.
I know.
That's the first I heard of it.
I know. Well, now the big thing is, now apparently the big thing in the elementary schools is baseball, tennis. Baseball with tennis rackets. Hmm? Yes, baseball, tennis.
That sounds
is-
fun.
Yes, that is now a thing. But no, I thought, what a perfect opportunity to, if we're not completely bound by this, we can tweak it a little bit, but this is just the contract to get them in to do that final complete design.
I'm happy to consider Lias for this project.
Yeah, I mean, we've worked with them before and they've been great. Well, this is part of their plan. So, are we comfortable taking action on this tonight?
I am. Everybody else is.
Yep. All right. Could I have a motion to authorize the borough manager to enter into a contract agreement with YSM to provide design and contract administration services for the Maple Park Development Project? I have a motion by Councilperson Kaufman, second by Councilperson Price, authorize the borough manager to enter into a contractual agreement with YSM to provide design and contract administration services for Maple Park. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Staff reports, comments, and announcements. Solicitor Gable.
Not too much to report since your last meeting with the holidays, but obviously we have the reorganization meeting coming up on Tuesday, so we'll be ready for that. And hopefully at the first voting meeting in January, we'll bring to you for authorization for advertisement bids for the Blue Lane property. So we want to keep that moving and hopefully get that sold. So that will be coming up as well. So I just wanted to put that on your radar.
All right. Secretary Treasurer Stivers.
Thank you. At the last couple meetings, there were comments made about the clock tower here. If you guys remember, we had talked about, went back to my notes, it was way back in 2020, we had looked at getting the clock tower replaced. I'll be honest, started looking at the budget, looking at the numbers, looking at our capital thing, looking at the market house, and I said, wait, let's put everything on hold until we figure out where everything is and where the money's coming from. Having now built a really good relationship with the new director at the Watch and Clock Museum, Rory came down with one of his clock technicians, and we went up into the clock tower to look at it again. Because one of the ongoing concerns I've had is I don't want to take something out of this building that's an historic piece that truly belongs in the tower. His term, and I quote him directly, is you have a Frankenstein. It's not really a clock. It's parts and pieces from about 8 clocks all cobbled together, and it kind of works. He says you will continue to spend a lot of money trying to get someone in here to figure out how all this thing goes together, or you can pull it out, put in a new modern electric clock with a GPS and everything else for less than $20,000, and you'll have a clock that works. They can fix the arms and all the other pieces and get it back in good working order. So Wilson and I have a couple older cost opinions from people. We'd like to go ahead and look at moving that forward next year. We did not spend the money that we had budgeted out of our ARPA funds to bring over and balance the budget. We are gonna have some conversations next year about how we encumber the rest of those funds and get them spent. To me, the clock tower here is a centerpiece in town, it's an important piece, and I think it's something I'd like to see us put time and money into to get it fixed up and in. So look for that coming soon. We'll try to get something together and guys to get it approved. And it was just really cool climbing back up there and being around a bunch of clock nerds looking at it and then I look at that. Screw it, I don't know what that thing does. So that was a very fun trip. 2, fair warning to everyone except Sharon. This is next Tuesday, we will have our reorganization meeting. We'd like to get a new photo for the website as a team and then get new individual photos. So come prepared Tuesday for picture day. Have your moms and dads fix your hair, do your comb to bring to school, and we will get pictures taken next Tuesday, okay? And finally, Sharon, for you, your last meeting, I want to say thank you as well. It's been good to work with you. I appreciate your wisdom, and I say this sincerely. You questioned some things, you challenged some things. I've grown. I've learned from you and your wisdom as well. So thank you. I appreciate your time and energy on this board. I appreciate anyone who takes time and energy to give back to their community. It's not a glorious job. You said well. I mean, it's not always pretty. But I have been in this business a long time, and I always appreciate the people who give back to their community. So I want to thank you. And on that note, just for everyone who's here, we have some snacks and a small little party for Sharon. If you guys would stick around after the meeting is over, we will spend some time and celebrate. So thank you very much.
I appreciate that, thank you.
Thank you.
Boards, commissions,